Hey there, Misketeers. Welcome back to Missing Out Mondays, where we tell you what we're into. Start your week off right. I'm Tauri Jay.
I am Lex Michael.
Lex Michael, what are you into this week? As of recording right now, it's International Women's Day, so I hope it's about women. Lex Michael, but it doesn't have to be.
What is? Question mark? Is? No, I guess it is. It wasn't written or directed by a woman, but it is about and starring one. I finally checked out Universal and Blumhouse's The Invisible Man,
Nice.
which I had started to hear positive things about. Once Elizabeth Moss signed on, I was inclined to believe that they were going to do something pretty interesting with it. She is one of the best actresses working, and she is continually making really interesting choices. So I feel like, once she signs on to a project, well, it's worth glancing at, if nothing else. Then some of the early buzz started to center on the fact that it's very heavily allegorical, and it's really about escaping a really horrifically toxic, abusive, controlling, possessive relationship. Mm-hmm. And a woman who does so and is then stalked by that ex. I think they did an incredible job with the allegory, but what I didn't expect was how comic booky the movie was going to become in its second half in a way that I think is really fun, in a way that I think somehow manages not to break the tone that they established in the first half and not break the allegory. The thing is really well crafted. I think they were able to do it for something like $7 million, which is really impressive when you see some of the things that they were able to pull off in this movie. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Moss is incredible. Lee Wannell, who he's been doing movies for a minute. He did Upgrade, which I think was really, really fun. He worked on he was kind of the half of the team of that made the first Saw movie. He did that with James Wan. I think everybody did a really great job with it. It's got one of the most bonkers, awesome, oh shit kills that I've ever, well, not that I've ever seen, but that I've seen in recent memory. They present a scene that is almost always contextualized a certain way within horror stories. And you assume, given the placement in the story, given the setting of the scene, that it's going to go one way. And very suddenly it goes hard in another direction, and you get the oh fuck moment. And then what to me is doubly impressive, he's able to as a director immediately heel turn pivot directly into another oh fuck moment. And it's one of those things that, like, you go to movies hoping to see a moment like that. Like,
okay.
I go to horror movies hoping to see a moment that I'm genuinely caught off guard by. Because, like, I've seen a lot of movies, and it's hard for a movie to completely catch me off guard. Now, especially horror, which, like, even the ones that I really, really like, you're often following a fairly standard set of tropes, and you can spot the patterns a mile away if you've watched them enough. Mm-hmm. I live for moments like this movie gave me. Actually, this movie, frankly, I think gave me a couple moments like that, where it's like, oh, fuck, that was really fucking clever, yes! And there were moments that, like, also really, really, really deeply stressed me out. And it's that movie working. I recommend it highly. I think you would I know you're not a big horror guy, but I think there's stuff that you would definitely appreciate about it.
Yeah.
And of course, Universal's been looking for a while to try and launch their, they called it Dark Universe for a minute. Because, mm-hmm. Before Marvel was doing it, all the way back in the 1940s, the Universal monsters essentially loosely shared a universe, and they would constantly be crossing over with each other. And Universal's been trying to do that again for a while now. The Tom Cruise Mummy movie was an attempt to do that. The the Luke Evans Dracula movie was an attempt to do that. And without spoiling anything, this movie, though it works wonderfully as a perfectly self-contained story, they very much leave room to tell another story set in this universe potentially with these same characters. I actually think Elizabeth Banks is attached to do an Invisible Woman movie, which may or may not have anything to do with this one.
Yeah.
I don't really know what their game plan is, but this movie did real well critically, doing pretty good commercially as well. I would be shocked if we don't see now more, whether they call it Dark Universe or not. Like, yeah. I think you are now going to see definitely an effort to push more of those projects closer to fruition, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, especially once Russell Crowe showed up in the middle.
As Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And he's like, I need you to join my team. And then he walks away. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so he's in The Mummy. Russell Crowe plays Jekyll/Hyde, and he's sort of the Nick Fury of what that universe would have been, I suppose.
Right. And so he also shows up in this one,
He does
this
not.
Invisible Man movie.
He does
and
not
he's
show
like,
although
I hear there's an invisible man around here. Like, it's just in the background. He walks around sniffing, being like, is there an invisible man here? Is there an invisible man here? And then
he's like a cartoon caricature of a blind person. He's just like kind of pushing his hands all over the place
Yeah.
in the space around him, yelling.
Right. It's a weird turn and a weird choice for them to make, but I really hope it pays off in the end. Okay.
Well, anyway, I dug it a bunch. I recommend it. Check it out. It's good.
Cool. So, it being International Women's Day, I decided to talk about a property that is showrun by a woman, mostly written by women. There's a bunch of women in the cast, baby. Hell yeah, Lex. Why don't you learn some things? Why don't you get fucking woke, bruh?
I both enjoy the energy you're bringing right now, and I feel intimidated at the same time.
Good, as you should.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to talk about Steven Universe Future. We've already gotten the first half around the end of the year last year, and now we're getting the last half as of this week. So they're doing 2 episodes a week until, and I believe there are only 10 episodes left of the whole series. The Steven Universe Future was supposed to be, or is supposed to be, like an epilogue to the Steven Universe story. We got the full run 5 seasons of the original show. Then we had the movie, which was really good and took place a couple of years after the original series. And then we have Steven Universe Future, which is an extension of that. And it's about Steven really coming to terms with himself and understanding what it means to exist as an individual, because he spent so much of his life kind of trying to clean up his mother's crimes. And so now it's him kind of trying to figure out what it means to just live for himself, which is a really cool and interesting thing to explore. Especially, I think, the kids who grew up with Steven Universe are also growing up and experiencing that. Like, their friends are going different places, and they have to kind of figure out what they want to be. And I like that they are also getting to explore that with this character. It feels to me like the way that they did with Dragon Ball Z, where Goku started as a kid, which so too did, Dragon Ball. Goku started as a kid, which all of the audience also were kids, and he grew up with them. So, like, as they got, like, 10, 15 years into the series, like, he also became an adult, and he also got married and had a kid and had to deal with those issues. And so I feel like Steven Universe Future is doing the same thing, and it is allowing the character to grow with its audience. And I really like that.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's on Cartoon Network. You can also get it on the Cartoon Network app. And I think the first couple seasons of the original show are on Hulu. So watch Steven Universe, watch Steven Universe Future, watch Steven Universe the movie, because it's great. Rebecca Sugar, she's great. Lots of good LGBTQ representation, great. Lots of crazy, dark, and light, and revolutionary themes, great. Steven Universe Future, it's great. Woo! But what are you guys into? What do you like? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Let us know. You can do so at Missing Outcast. That's MissingOutcast. But if you just want to talk to us about our personal things, like if you're like, yo, Lex, talk to me about Invisible Man. Where does Russell Crowe show up? Let's talk about all the spoilers. You can do so here.
Twitter and Instagram at the Lex Michael.
Or if you want to talk to me about cool stuff, which is Steven Universe, Steven Universe Future, Steven Universe the movie. You want to talk to me about Spinel? Dope. You want to talk to me about the prickly pear cactus creature? Dope. If you want to talk to me about all the spoilers, dope. I'm caught up. So, you can do so at Tauri Jay, TAURIJAY. And also, if you would like to join us tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the 1974 cult classic, Phantom of the Paradise. This is a recommendation by Lex Michael.
It is.
He loves that sweet, sweet cult classic.
He does.
It has a lot of musical numbers. It's a pop opera. It's starring a bunch of people who you probably know that I didn't write down because I'm bad at taking notes. But also, it's a really kooky, crazy movie that everyone should check out. You can do so. It's all over the internet. It's on Amazon. It's on Hulu if you have Hulu Live. It's on YouTube rental service. It's on Vudu. Guys, check it out. So do that, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye. Lex says bye too. I'm a phantom. I'm a phantom. You do my phantom things. I'm a phantom. Yes, a phantom. I'm a doing phantom king.